But tonight, fellow punchers, the clock on the wall is between 10 to and 5 to 11 on Thursday night. Back with a few on the Goo tomorrow, one at Southwell, one at Dundalk, the old Fundalk on a Friday, and one at Meydan. I had one picked out of Bury, and actually, that's what delayed me, and I nearly fell asleep watching videos there. I was enjoying them actually. And with a few at Cheltenham as well tomorrow. Um, I had a flight booked. It's still booked for 9 a.m. out of Knock to Liverpool in the morning, but Bangor is called off, and the horse I'm involved in wasn't running anyway. Wasn't just firing on all cylinders this week. Had been the race that he had planned. Ben Pauling to the 3 year old bumper tomorrow, so wouldn't have qualified anyway. He was entered in Warwick today, together with the horse that actually won it. He had the two of them entered, won it at 16 to 1, I see, and won readily enough too. Um, I put up one late this morning, one that had ran second. I was in Killarney that day, ran terrible for Tom Ellis today altogether, and it wasn't well, it must be, I don't know, run out of petrol anyway, half a mile from home. So there's no Liverpool. I cancelled the hotel and I cancelled the car, and I'm getting a full refund on both. But you can't cancel with Ryanair. And I was talking to some Colleen in Knock last night, and I said, if I cancel my flight, you'd be able to sell it for about 7 times the price. And she said, you better ring reservations. She said, I can't do anything about that. I said, there's no point if you don't do cancellation. So there's a Michael O'Leary, if you're looking in, you could have made a few pound if you allowed me to cancel, but you can't cancel. So for the last only 38 quid. And he'd have a free seat or an empty seat that he could have had someone in it. Today we had what? I'll read them in the order that I written them out last night. Him Maleo. That was fourth, or paying 4 places, tens into about fives. She lost position on the turn for home, otherwise she'd have finished a very clear third. She probably wouldn't have won it, but Olive Lickles, she just got a bit sandwiched on the turn for home. Still nicely handicapped, that horse might win. Um, it's Bilbao. Made a mistake at a crucial stage, and for a 4 year old, didn't look to gain his confidence back. The winner, which was strange for one so fancied, I read after that Jimmy Mangan said that he thinks a lot of it, and for a JP horse, you think a lot of drifted in price. We're off 5 to 2. I thought that behind that beginner's chase that the other form was better, but proved wrong. Argento Boy as well, I thought he'd pop out in front. He clouted the foot. He lost position anyway. He was about fifth. He was asleep when the tape went up, and clouted the first, was cruising into contention, and then fell, what, 3 out, I think, was it? Um, Echoing Silence, that won 5 to 2. That was the nap. Won well. She's a nice mare. The one in second too will win. It'll win a race. And I didn't do the reverse forecast as sort of a stick out. I think I paid about 7 to 1. You're simply the best. Tina Turner was given it socks coming to the last in the stand, and I thought it went 1 to 6 and running. But just got outstayed by a horse winning for the first time. Uh, I tipped up that once before on the Jimmy Tracker, but the Hogan Yard was out of form at the time. And then we had simply the best. It just didn't seem to get home. He's a plodder, as I was saying last night. And then Loch Niagara, that was a non-runner. So we've won a few pound, and if we're winning a few pound, we're not losing a few pound. On to tomorrow. The 3 On The Goo. One of them On The Goo was showing up first. It's a horse that we backed the other day in Kingston. It was at the back of the pack. I think this is a lesser class race. The favourite is Blazy and Fire. That one is last 2 on turf. This is a different kettle of fish. 2 miles and a half a furlong On The Goo. Enemy. Probably gone into 3-1. That's the bet. I'll continue with the 3 On The Goo. Last one at Fundalk tomorrow night is the top weight Lady Kai. We last seen that, which was second when we were on the winner Voice of Reason. It sort of scared us coming up the stretch. Voice of Reason has went on to win since. It up £3 for that. Won in Dundalk before of 56, so it's going to be trying to win a stone higher, which isn't simple. But it'll go on the go, and Chris Hayes riding for Ross O'Sullivan, and then one in Meydan. We won in Vespasian last year at a big price. I think it was 12s into something like 5s or 6s. But it had a run. It probably will run well, but it's a 6-year-old. But I thought Markakol, Tyke O'Shea, Tyke does well enough out there. It's only a 4-year-old. It had a pipe opener in Abu Dhabi. That's an each way bet. It has won at the track before. It used to be with Roger Varian. Won last February, 20-1. It was third in March. Looks like it has been targeted for this race or this meeting. Manchud is in getting on like myself. Right here, right now, that hasn't ran since it ran in Goodwood, wasn't it? So an each way play. Now, seldom you see that there. The numbers bookie is shorter than all of these. So there's 10s on the machine. So each way bet on to Cheltenham. Thomas's hurl a grand little race tomorrow. 4-year-olds haven't that good a record in this race. Mayor won it a couple of years ago. I see Mollaglass going over for Andy Slattery. Good luck to the syndicate there. Think of oh God, there's something tipped me tongue a minute ago. I'll think of it in a minute. Won well enough the last day. He'll be out in front. The Mayor won it a couple of years ago. Enos. Had to get decent horses. That's all right, Gino. It's around the Chancery House. I'm going to go with the 5-year-old Mayor Kingston Queen for David Pipe. I think the stamina could come into play. There's a nice bit of speed in the race. Glass will be out in front. This won a listed bumper in Market Raisin. To second to Baron Noir. Third in the entry bumper to Shaw Lynn. And then it hosed up in Chepstow 2-5, 2-3.5. Back to 2. There's a hope will be on stamina, and that stamina will come into play in the last furlong and a half. A few nice horses, one for Nicky there as well. Move all Park Stars, move from that could be the danger of 5-year-old. Move from Paul Nichols' yard, won well enough first time out, improvement in it. There's 4-year-olds in it then. God, I can't. I'll come to me. Where do I see the prices? 2-1 Kingston Queen. 2-1 Old Park Star. Onto the 150. Handicap Chase, 3 miles. 2. L'Empresse, carrying 12 stone. Venetians are in and out. Horses under 11 stone has a better record in this race. I went for the Doyen Chief and King throughout the last race. Carl, or the old Hennessy as we used to call it, off 14 to 1, the one race at Panic Attack won, but on the previous run, Bangor, I thought with goodish ground, it's good soft in places. That's the selection. Let's see, on to the 225. The Veterans Chase. 2 miles, 4.5 furlong. Eldorado Allen won the last time. A couple of horses way back before, but I'm going to go with Courtland. I think it's better over 2.5 or an intermediate trip than it is over staying distances. Behind Twig won since on Siege to Henry's Friend. If you go back the way, I think 2.5 is his trip. Be down for a small wheelbarrow the last day when Twig betted, but it looked all right at form since because Twig went on and won since. Let's check the betting. I think it's an each way price. Each way play. On to the cross country. We were on the winner of this last year, Stumptown, and second in that race was Mr. Coffey. Mr. Coffey has yet to win over fences. But in its last number of runs since it went on the cross country, to second to Sweet David, a decent horse, second to Stumptown, fifth in Cheltenham, and second to Eldorado, but that trip is too short. But them three, there's no Stumptown or Sweet David here. It's, you could say he doesn't know how to win, but it's just a better horse on the day, a classier horse. A lot of money for Emmett Mullins' horse there. Bustleton, I think, might need run, although they could be gearing themselves up for March with that horse. Mr. Coffey's in each way, they're paying 4 places. On to the last. Lucky Manifest is the favourite. What do you make of the race, though, that it was second in the last day? The form of that, sort of in and out. The winner was bet since. We were on this horse since it was bet. Cap Vert won today, all right. I thought long draw, the top weight. But the top weight hasn't a great record, but he might be classy enough to give the weight away. If you look at, since he's been up on the 2 miles 5, we'll say here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 runs over 3 miles, won twice, third to Harbour Lake on the 2 runs this year behind Mesh and 2, and Kiki Joe won since. The better ground will be better for him as well. Let me check the market. 4 to 1 shot. Lucky Manifest. That's my take on it. So no Liverpool, no Bangor. Bangor actually called off a scene tonight anyway, so it was a waste of time going. Because I was coming back on Saturday in the middle of the day at 1 o'clock. I'd missed the racing on Saturday, and I'd probably miss it tomorrow as well. So what would I do? Anyway, bash the bookies, over and out.